Bunny is excited for tomorrow. His ears twitch and his toes tap as he sets out his clothes, brushes his teeth, and hops into bed. Tomorrow is Bunny's first day of school, and everything is going to be perfect. Bunny is excited for tomorrow.
That is actor and comedian Kenan Thompson. Listen, you can't help but laugh when you just look at him with the bunny ears.
So good.
Why aren't you wearing them today?
Yes.
No, right? April Fools. No, I'm kidding.
He's sharing his humor in a new children's book on the power of perseverance. Unfunny Bunny is the name of the title. It's about a student named Bunny who wants to be the funniest kid in the class. But when his joke fails, what is an unfunny bunny to do? Scan the QR code on your screen and make it very easy for you to buy it.
What? Y'all put a QR code up there?
Yep,
we
Oh,
did.
fantastic.
We're just trying to help a brother out.
You heard? I appreciate that.
We're
Thank
very
you
glad to
much.
say Kenan Thompson is here. Now, it's called Unfunny Bunny, but Matt and I were saying, look, I was cracking up, so was he on the third page. What does a shoe like to eat for dinner, Kenan?
Spaghetti and feet balls.
Yeah.
Y'all know
Why-
That's a classic.
pretty straightforward.
Why are socks so good at golf, Kenan?
Because there's always a hole in one. Come on.
Okay, that one actually took me a second. Now I get it.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, okay. Why should you buy a boat, Kenan?
Why should you buy a boat? Because many of them are on sale.
But this
This
is the
is
thing.
a quiz.
Yeah.
How well do I know my book?
You know it pretty well, but you said the title of the book, Unfunny Bunny, came to you before you even wrote the book. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were kind of just loosey-goosey trying to figure out, you know, a way into the world of children's book.
It's your first children's
books.
book.
Yeah, and, you know, it wasn't necessarily about me in the beginning. It just kind of happened to be like I can definitely relate to, you know, telling a joke and it not landing kind of thing. But, yeah, we were just fishing for titles and, you know, kind of thinking about things that kids respond to. They, you know, we all like rhymes and stuff like that. And we like, you know, animals. I especially love when animals come to life. So, you know, we landed on Bunny, and then like Bunny and Funny, and then it's like, oh, Funny Bunny maybe. And then, you know, we're also like looking for a journey of some sort. So that's when we're like, maybe go from unfunny to funny kind of thing. And that gave us the whole story.
What's the big question you want kids to take away from this? Actually, what's the big story you want parents? Because these, you know, we're the ones who are reading this to kids and grandkids, right?
Yeah.
What do you want us to do differently as parents and grandparents in the way that we teach our kids?
I mean, I don't know if it's anything that I would suggest differently. I mean, you know, I'm not like a parent advisor or anything like that. What I hope the book will do is just another gathering moment. You know what I mean? Another, let's all gather around the campfire and do something together kind of thing. But yeah, if it's something that you need to do different, maybe it's spend more time reading, you know, spend more time putting yourselves out there, or like do something that, you know, we circle up as a group and somebody does something uncomfortable and we all support it kind of thing.
What I took away from this book was the importance of perseverance, because I, like Funny Bunny, constantly make bad jokes.
And what happens?
Eventually someone will laugh.
Yeah.
That is what happens. So
The
it's about
eventuality,
quantity,
That's right.
not quality for me. So that's why I really appreciate Unfunny Bunny.
You got to throw things at the wall, see what sticks, man. I hear you.
But also about friendship, too, when I was reading it. I thought that your message about friendship was really important.
It's friendship, it's vulnerability, you know, it's collaboration, try again. Like, you know, there's a lot of lessons in there.
Also, reading children's books is so important to the parent to enjoy the book. So we like to be able to rhyme and tell a joke. And then the kids follow along. And so this is such a good book for kids because they'll be able to make the rest of the joke, right? Deliver that punchline for kids.
Yeah, and I don't like those things where it's like, you know, this is just for the kids, so the adults get bored and it's like laborious. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be a laborious thing.
I had a thought while
kids.
Yeah, exactly. I had a thought while reading the book. What's more important, the joke or the delivery?
Ooh, good one.
What's more important, the joke or the delivery? Well, Stephen Wright would say the joke, because that's all he does is under-deliver. But for a kid, I think kids respond to energy. You know, they respond to, you know, a smile brings a smile kind of stuff. So I think the delivery is just as important. They go kind of hand in hand.
You've got so many facets to your life. We can now add best-selling author, but I remember Kenan and Kel. I remember, but for most people, you are Saturday Night Live, but you are the longest member on Saturday Night. I couldn't believe that, Kenan.
Yes, ma'am.
How does that sit with you when you think about that arc of your life?
It's really unbelievable. You know, it's hard to put into words.
Look at you. Yes.
And it's always so much fun. That record was so much fun. It's always hard to kind of try to like put it all in a thing, because it's been, you know, an amazing, one-of-a-kind kind of a place experience, once in a lifetime kind of thing that you never think is going to happen in the first place.
Yeah. Yes.
And then I've been there for 23 years, which is like longer than anything I've ever done. I've lived in New York longer than my hometown, so everything's kind of like upside down, and I'm just experiencing as it goes, basically.
Is it more fun?
It's fantastic.
You guys seem to have a lot of material these days, given what's happening in the world. Is it more fun for you these days, or is it harder these days?
I would say it's harder. It's you know, well, in current times it's pretty hard. Like it's been pretty harsh lately.
Yeah.
So it's tough to find the humor in those subjects, but I like to fish outside of those subjects and find humor amongst somebody I saw on the subway or in the Unfunny Bunny world.
And that's why we have Unfunny Bunny.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Kenan on Saturday Night Live. Kenan, thank you so much.